And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, another epic VeVe live stream. Today, we just have one drop. This is the second drop of the day. Shout out to everyone who's able to get a solid comic book today earlier on in the morning. I actually just got a random common mint, so nothing too crazy. We know the prices of those comics didn't do great in the marketplace. I do think it's going to be a long-term good hodl. Short-term, we know the overall market sentiment's pretty low right now. So the comic today kind of got hurt pretty bad, but I think diving into this Dcon drop, there's going to be some pieces that could do pretty well. So shout out to everyone joining the live stream today. We got C. Rios, first one in the live today. Hopefully you were able to get something, on the comic drop earlier today. Being the first one in the chat today, hopefully you're blessed and you're able to get something on the Dcon drop. I'm going to be going over my strategy today. First, I'm going to break down some of these collectibles, and I'm going to show you guys kind of how big some of these artists are, because I know not everybody's familiar with them. Some of you guys are familiar with some of these artists and remember some of their drops from the first Dcon event that we've had. And we got a great video from VeVe and 3 once again, kind of breaking down a little bit of the history. I see Gary Lamoto got a secret rare today. Wow, okay, that's amazing. I ended up getting, like I said, a random high mint common, I think. I'm going to be going over, shout out to Portfolio, J.O. I'm going to be going over kind of my predictions on these and which collectibles I think are going to be profitable. Which ones I think might be best to skip on if you're limited on gems. I think long-term, a lot of these artist collectibles are going to do really good just because they're going to be the first ones that are interoperable. So can you only imagine when VeVe makes the announcement, okay, you can take X, Y, and Z collectibles off the app and trade them on the Immutable X marketplace. In my opinion, not financial advice, that's going to cause a huge pump in a lot of these artist collectibles. I think people will kind of revisit them if they've kind of overlooked them for a lot of the bigger brands. I know me personally, I'm more of a fan of the bigger brands. It's just my personal opinion, though. I think more people worldwide are going to be into those big brands that everybody knows. But again, I think everything is going to have its own time, especially the high-end limited collectibles from the artists. But we're going to be diving into the details right now of some of these. And right after I dive into some of the details, I'm going to be showing you guys their Instagram accounts because some of them may be a little bit bigger than you think. So I'm going to share the screen real quick. Froze up on me a little bit. Here we go. First one you see right here, this is the Dcon event party. Also, shout out to everyone who's at the kickoff party. I wish I was able to go. I will eventually be able to go, but missed out on this one. Shout out to everyone who went there. I bet it's going to be a great time. We got the rare. This is from Camille Rose Garcia. I'm going to bring up her Instagram account real quick. She's got 91,000 followers on Instagram alone. And she even posted about the Vulture. And we've seen this one on the first Dcon, right? I actually love this colorway the most. When I saw this, the physical version of it, I loved it right away. I think this is it, yep. Looks amazing. Jesus. Maybe it is something downstairs in my basement because now I'm sneezing. It did just come from the golf course, though, too. So maybe the allergies out on the course might have had an impact. But I can't wait till they drop this one, too, the light blue. Now, to me, I always thought that maybe this is kind of a huge speculation. But what if these could glow in the dark? Now, it's going to be interesting to see that happen because right now in VeVe, in the showrooms, we can't really turn the lights on or off. But I always thought, what if we could eventually turn the lights to our showrooms on and off one day? I feel like that would be pretty cool. And a lot of this stuff, like the lightsabers, I feel like that would look amazing. And then some of these collectibles, because some of these are glow in the dark in real life. So it'd be like a pretty interesting twist. But she's a pretty big time artist. So that's going to be a good one, I think. Now, I think the price point, if I'm not mistaken, I can look at it right now. I want to say it's around $120. It actually did pump slightly once this got announced. The Vulture second edition. I'm trying to find it in the marketplace before it closes on us. Yeah, the first one. It's about 110 right now, then goes to 120. This is the very first one here. Now, the list price on this one was $99, and same with this, $99, same list price, 1,888 editions. Now, the One thing, it's a little bit more exclusive, this one. So this one might even do better. Looking at the details of the first one's 2,888 editions, and it's 110. So being 1,888 editions, this could maybe come out around like 150-ish. Maybe even 200, depending on how the market opens up. But again, with that being said, could come out lower and take some time to move up. But it's interesting, 1,000 less editions than the first one. And we have the Cozy and Dan. Now, a lot of people like these. I like the fact that this is only $50, so a little bit cheaper of a list price, which is probably a little bit more safer of it going under retail. Probably won't go under retail, and if it does, it can't go that much lower. As opposed to maybe the $100 list price, it could go to $50, essentially, if it does really bad right away. Now, we can look at Cozy and Dan's Instagram account here. 17,000 followers just on Instagram alone, and they're a global brand. They've done work all over the globe, all over the world. This is one that we've seen a lot on VeVe. Same with this one. Now, one thing I want to talk about this piece is they're probably going to be a set together, so it's probably going to be a 2 collectible set. But one thing I noticed is that this piece down here is actually a little bit more limited. 1,266 editions for the gray hairs, as we call them. I like this one, the snow one. I like this one too. I like any kind of artwork around like water, but I wish there was a little bit more focused on the actual water as opposed to like the mountain background. But that's just my personal preference. I still think they look good. But a little bit more editions for this one, the Bunny's Fall. We have 1,888 editions for the Bunny's Fall. And for the gray hairs, like I said, only 1,266 editions. So this one's probably my second, third favorite out of the, I would say the Vulture is probably number 2. Let me go to the Vulture. It's probably my second favorite out of the bunch. This is probably my third favorite. I guess we could say this is the fourth right there. Cozy and Dan's my third. Then we got the Moonflower. Now the video that we dive into, I think, is probably going to give us some historical information about this one. I think this one's going to do probably one of the better ones long term. Short term, I don't think this is going to do absolutely amazing. But long term, we're going to find out why in the video, why I think this could be a pretty good, long term play right here. 2,888 edition. So the same edition account as the first Vulture on the VeVe app. A little bit cheaper though. $77 is the retail price. So far, I think Vulture is going to do really well long term too. I think this is a slept on piece right now in the VeVe app. This is actually more rare than the first one. I love the artwork on this. I absolutely love it. The Moonflower is an interesting one. Like I said, I don't think this one's going to do amazing in the short term. Long term, though, I think it's going to do great. And then we got my favorite one. This is my favorite one, Shut Up and Paint. So I would say the Moonflower might be my least favorite, actually. I do like it, but I think I like the paintings a little bit better and the Vulture just a little bit better. Nothing wrong with that one. I just like the others a little bit better. And then this is my favorite one. I think this is my favorite one, even if I wasn't going to flip it. But with that being said, that's my game plan for this one. I will flip this one if I do land it. Now, we're going to have to bust out Rhythm Gate for this one. I'm going to have to go over how we kind of try to time the drops on this, because for this drop, 888 edition, super rare. It's a companion piece with the first one, Shut Up and Draw. I used to have that one, but I let it go. I will get this one. I love the artwork on both of these, but I just need some gems right now. So I am going to try to flip this one, hoping for like $400, $500, $600 right away. I think long term, easily over $1,000 this piece would be. I mean, there's less than 888 editions because the VeVe team is going to take a couple. I'm not sure exactly how many they're going to take, but they always take a few. So less than this amount, long term, not financial advice, of course, my opinions only. Anything that limited by a pretty decently sized big time artist is going to do pretty well, I think. This is a companion piece to the Shut Up and Draw. And this is actually based on a life-size robot sculpture from his 20-year retrospective at Museum of Art History, Lancaster. Awesome. So I didn't even know it was actually based on a life-size robot sculpture. That's pretty cool. Little rusty bot. This is what all the bots look like because they're all dead. Some people are saying the bots aren't dead. They only come back in profitable situations. Could be the case. I think VeVe team's done a good job at probably reducing the situation. There's probably always going to be bots involved. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. But this is going to be a tough one to get, I think. Hopefully, they do stay away from this one. But I am going to be trying to go for this. And my theory behind that is if I don't get it, perfectly fine with not grabbing a piece from today's Dcon. Maybe if they do go into retail, I may pick up one or two pieces. But for me, I think the safest play that's probably going to be most valuable in the short term right away as soon as that marketplace opens up is probably going to be this piece right here. So if anybody does land this one, I think we can expect a pretty sizable gem increase, hopefully. Not financial advice. But I am hoping for that one. Shout out to everyone on the live. I'm going to get to some more comments. Just my game plan, my opinion, my theories on today's drop. We got Energy. How we doing, brother? How we doing? We got Miss Rose in the building. Yeah, I know, Miss Rose, you're a big fan of the gray hairs. I think you like, weren't you saying earlier, too, that you're a big fan of the Bunny Falls, I think it is? Let me check out the Bunny Falls real quick one more time. I like both the Cozy and Dan posters, honestly. They kind of grew me a little bit. Like I said, I wish the Bunny Falls had a little bit more focus on the water. Like, I want to see, like, an underwater aquatic scene. I love underwater stuff, like deep ocean kind of stuff like that. But with all that said, let's dive into the video from today. Shout out to Heather and Corey making amazing content. I want to give them some love again. Also, speaking of, real quick, before I dive into that, Dave Pressler, Blake and Chad's Collect and Connect YouTube channel. Let's get him some more subscribers, VeVe fam. Putting out amazing content. Interviewed Teps Trades, interviewed a bunch of different Dcon artists. We got Luke, we got Ron English, the man himself, Dave Pressler. A couple great videos here. Maybe we might even dive into one of these parts after the VeVe 3 video before the drop. We got a video from Claire. If you guys don't know who Claire Griffiths is, OG, Claire Russell Griffiths. Amazing photographer in the VeVe fam on Twitter. She's been here since day one. She's a legend. Her collection is amazing too, by the way. But yeah, definitely an awesome YouTube channel, making awesome content. Let's dive into the VeVe 3. Heather and Corey. A little 5-minute long video, nothing too crazy. I think it's going to give us some valuable information on today's drop. No coffee gate today. A little Gatorade gate. It's actually a replenish off-brand 7-Eleven company or an off-brand 7-Eleven brand.
Welcome back to VeVe 3 with me, Heather.
And me, Corey.
And today we're going to be talking about the additional drops for Saturday, June 4th. We have the DesignerCon 2022 drops at 1 p.m. We have 5 different collectibles all dropping at the same time. So you're going to have to select which one you're going to want to go after.
And that's one thing I want to touch on real quick. Made a great point right there. This is not a blind box. I think last Dcon wasn't a blind box either, but we got to actually pick. We had to drop almost like every other hour. And you would literally just go for every single drop. But in this case, it's all at the same time. So you have to pick and choose. Now, in the future, VeVe has said that they're going to have a lot more drops, and it could be multiple drops a day, and you're going to have to really pick your fandom. And this could be the very, very beginning start of that. It's one of those things where we probably won't be able to go for every single thing. Imagine if they had a DC and a Marvel drop at the same time. You would really have to start picking and choosing.
As for this first set of drops, we're going to be seeing pieces from Camila Rose Garcia, Cozy and Dan, Yasuke Yamamoto with Monkey King, and Dave Pressler. And it is worth mentioning that all these new drops, even though we have some returning artists, are under different licensing, brands, series, so it is considered completely different sets. But we do question if maybe we might see potential airdrops if you're committing to a specific artist by collecting.
I definitely think we could see some airdrops in the future. Especially kind of with the the artists that have been around a little bit now. I mean, we already saw little teasers and little hints of some awesome utility airdrops from Matt Gondak. I think that was an awesome little plan that they've had, and they saw their reaction from the VeVe fam, how much we love that. So, and they've always said this is a collecting app that they're rewarding collectors. So, I think we will start to see a lot more of that. And again, I think the airdrops are going to be more so for those artist collectibles initially, and then I think it's going to start to branch out and really go for those bigger brands, but kind of long term. I think the big brands are watching and seeing different possibilities of the utility. And eventually, I think that's when we start to see a lot more utility and airdrops from the bigger brands. But I think the artist collectibles are kind of shaping the way for that.
In both of their collectibles.
All right, let's get into these. We'll kind of tackle the artist information as we tackle the things that are being dropped and how much they're going to cost. Let's do it. First, coming in at rare, emitting 1,888 editions, is the Vultura Macabra Blackjack. This one's going to be costing 99 gems at retail. Garcia's passion for the unmistakable scavengers began with the twin vultures seen in Snow White. With this one, we meet a different color base and deeper purples, blues, and more black with just a little hint of pink.
Yeah,
And
I like
as
that
for
one.
Garcia, she is an LA-based artist. Her work is heavily influenced by her childhood, spent visiting Disneyland and going to punk shows with the other disenchanted youth of that era. And it's worth mentioning that Garcia's first NFT on the platform was the previous Designer Con, and it was also one of these vultures.
That's her first ever NFT on the platform. So I think as she becomes more and more of a bigger name, I think, and her fan base becomes more and more aware and into VeVe, I think this is going to be a big one. People are going to want to have their favorite artist's first ever collectible on the app. And just a little update, it's pretty even, but there's definitely a clear-cut winner. I put out a tweet saying, which one is everyone going for today? The Cozy and Dan, the Vulture, the Moonflower, and Shut Up and Paint. 41% said Shut Up and Paint, and there's been 100 votes so far. I only put it for like 2 hours is the time frame. 41% said Shut Up and Paint. That's why it's going to be so hard to get. Most popular one right now, and it's the least edition. So, but also with that being said, I think it's the most popular because people want to flip it. Excuse me. So it'll be interesting. Cozy and Dan 23%, the Vulture is at 22%, and the Moonflower is the least popular on the vote at 14%. Yeah. Sounds about right. That's kind of where I was thinking.
And that previous entry sits around 115 gems at the floor, but it minted 1,000 more editions at the same price point.
Next, from Cozy and Dan, we have the rare The Bunnies Fall as a continuation of the Seasons of the Bunnies. It's minting 1,888 editions and has a list price of 50 gems. It is not based on a specific piece, but rather the feeling a genre of landscape in Japanese woodblock prints. Within it, falling autumnal leaves have been morphed into bunnies drifting down over a rushing river. And to complete the seasons, coming in also at a rare is Gray Hairs to represent winter. It is based on Hiroshige's as the end of the seasons, and it is self-proclaimed as Winter, Death, the End. And
I think this is one of those paintings where once we get localization, this is the type of artwork to really boom in different cultures and countries that haven't even really got a chance to experience VeVe because they can't read it in their language yet. These are the type of posters, I think, in artwork that'll do really well long term.
And as a reminder that they love each other and promise to grow old together, they place themselves in this final piece. And Cozy and Dan are a husband and wife multidisciplinary artist team based.
I hope we get a lot more shark, not specifically Jaws, but I love shark kind of artwork too. I just love anything underwater like that.
In the Japanese countryside, who work collaboratively to create obsessively detailed works of art. They work in drawing, painting, sculpture, and photography. Their works often revolve around nature and our disconnection or need for reconnection in the natural world. Notably, their Bunny Blossom piece, which minted 1,266 editions at 45 gems, is currently floored in the low.
That one's going to do really well too,
which
I
is
think.
impressive given the current market trends and the fact that 2D art just hasn't found its stride on the platform.
Next, Yosuke Yamamoto's Moonflower is coming in as a rare, emitting 2,888 editions. This one is a retail price of 77 gems. is My Color with You in Mind, which was used to create the Monkey King collectible. This piece appears to be a one-of-one NFT representation of that collectible. It is based on the art from his Mike.
Just want to pause it here on this. Look at some of the prices on a lot of his artwork. Sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. One remaining, sold out, sold out. 1,200, 800, 1,000, 5,000. Sheesh. I think the high-end art that's pretty limited on VeVe is going to do really well. And just like Heather said, it's kind of surprising her some of the artwork that's holding up. And shout out to VeVe Arcade. I'll never forget the video it put out because I've always been, you guys know by now, a huge proponent of the big IP, the big IP brands that are on VeVe. But a lot of that stuff has dipped quite a bit, right? But the stuff that's held up surprisingly well since everything's kind of dipped down is a lot of that fine art that is pretty limited. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on as we move further and further. And as we get closer and closer to the interoperability.
Color with You in Mind, which was used to create the Monkey King collectible. This piece appears to be a one-of-one NFT representation of that collectible. On the design of the Moonflower, Yamamoto says, "It comes from my fascination with the moon and its mystic power, presence, and my love for the delicate form of flowers." And Yamamoto is new to VeVe this year and is coming to the platform with the Monkey King designer toy brand. Yamamoto was born in Toba, Japan, and moved to the US at
Monkey King toy brand. Great job bringing that up. Because I looked it up. Monkey King Toys. And 19,000 followers on just Instagram alone. Pretty big page. Pretty big channel here. Monkey King Toys is known worldwide. We see the Ghost Bears. Obviously, we've seen them on VeVe. From Luke. Some interesting pieces.
At the age of 15, a self-trained illustrator, his artistic taste expanded as he fell in love with the urban culture of the West Coast.
Let's just look at some of the prices. Sold out, 5K. Sold out, 3,500. Sold out, 3,500. Sold out, 3,200.
Yamamoto captures subtle joys of everyday life, highlighting them through paintings, sculptures, murals, and installations.
Last, Dave Pressler's Shut Up and Paint.
Let's
It's
go.
an ultra rare that is minting 888 and is listed at 77 gems. This rusty robot mascot and companion doesn't want to hear your excuses. It just wants you to dedicate time to the craft. This one is considered a companion piece to Pressler's first NFT, the Shut Up and Draw. Dave Pressler's work crosses many different mediums, but his subject matter is what garners fans. His subjects tend to be robots, monsters, and pop culture. They are the foundation of his artistic canon, infusing fun and surprising humanity into each of his subjects. And that's the gambit. Keep in mind, this is the first set of drops for Dcon 2022, and we don't know what all artists we're going to be seeing in the coming months leading up to that. I personally hope we see some more pieces from my personal favorite artist, Tara McPherson.
Yes, let's go. I didn't know Heather loved Tara McPherson too. Now, if you guys aren't aware of her art, I'll bring it up and show you some of the pieces that are on the VeVe app right now. It's been some of my favorite arts that's grown on me big time, so that's awesome to hear.
Until the next video, this is Heather
and Corey
signing off.
Great video, great video. Tara McPherson, one artist that has grown on me so much. It's unbelievable. Let me just bring it up before the market closes. Now, this is when Dcon dropped. I was kind of staying away from a lot of the Dcon artist stuff because I was a bigger fan of the big IP drops. But it's one of those collectibles or artists that just you were just staring at nonstop in the app, and I kept passing over it. One that I don't have that I love a lot is the Electric Lola. Floor price is $450 only, but there's only 25 left in the market. Let me show you a couple of them. This is one that I don't have yet, and I still really want to get this one. I just want to have the whole Tara McPherson collection because I would love an airdrop or something like that. I think this one looks amazing. It's just a vibe. Oh, I think it looks amazing. And then here's another awesome piece. This is the one that I do have. It's one of my favorite art pieces on the app. It just looks like one of those high-end luxury. I visioned my Dragon Girls, my gold Dragon Girls, right next to it when I bought this one. Price is actually only $350, so it's a little low. There's only how many left in the market? There's only 30 left in the market. But again, this is one of those pieces where I didn't buy to flip or for the. I don't even look at the price of this one because I only have one of them. So this is just something that I'm going to hold in my showroom. Eventually, I'm going to hold like yoga classes in my VeVe-verse. I think this looks amazing. Like the way I have it set up in a lot of my showrooms is I have my 2 gold Dragon Girls right next to this one. And then this is right in the middle of them. Just looks like elegant, or it just looks crazy. I absolutely love it. Let me know in the chat, which one are you guys going for today on the drop, the Dcon drop? You got a few different choices here. Now remember, this is not a blind box. Normally we would be on this screen and we would be going for the blind box right here. But today's a little different. We get to pick and choose which one we want to go for. Now the buy now button's already up. But it's the same exact principle as if the buy now button wasn't up yet and you're going to be clicking slightly before you see buy now. The buy now is going to be clickable 1 second after 0. So I start my click slightly before the buy now is going to be clickable. And then if you're on time, you should get it. Let me just try to go over a little example here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. A little late. But again, same principle. I count down with like 5 or 10 seconds left to try to stay in rhythm with the drop and rhythm with the timer. And instead of sitting here waiting till you see 0 seconds, 0 minutes left, and then you're clicking, instead of reacting to it, you're basically trying to time it. Again, the buy now is not going to pop up. It's already up. It just becomes clickable. Nothing really happens if you're too early. So it's going to be crucial that we're on time today. I just think depending on which one you go for, if you go for Cozy and Dan, you might be able to kind of react to it, maybe just be a little bit late and still get it. Same with Moonflower. I think those will be some of your better chances of getting a drop today. Probably Moonflower, maybe Cozy and Dan. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I know. Might have been earlier, or that was just perfect. So I think if you guys want to risk it and you're okay with maybe not getting a drop, I think the one to go for is the Shut Up and Paint, the 888 editions. It's just going to be so hard to get. It's pretty hard to get anything under 2,000 editions for me. But so I'm kind of hoping that most people don't go for this drop. Most people that usually go for drops, like big ones like Darth Vader or something like that, kind of skip this one I'm hoping for. So I'm thinking we may be able to sneak one in here. Good vibes, energy. Appreciate you for tuning in today. So, J.O., hopefully you get a good sense of kind of my thoughts on this one. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy, like thousands and thousands of dollars on this one. But I think we're going to be able to get some kind of return here. No, I did not hear about this. Be down. How we doing? So I'm going to end up going for the Shut Up and Paint. This one down here. And my reason behind this one, the reason why I'm going to go for it, is because I think it's just going to be the most valuable right away in the short term. And I kind of need some gems right now, so I'm just going to flip it right away. I think it could be close, if not over $500 maybe right away. Might be like 300, 400, 500. Really depends, I think, how the market opens up. I think if anyone really just wants to lock one in and you really just kind of want to collect one, I think the Moonflower and maybe the Cozy and Dan's are probably going to be the easiest to get. This Cozy and Dan, the more limited run, the snow one, I think that's going to be pretty tough to get. I think the Vulture is going to be pretty tough to get as well, too. Because I think people are fans of that one. I know a lot of people that want to collect that one in real life, too. Yeah, I think the story behind it makes it a little bit more intriguing, too. Yes, I like both, but I like the story behind the gray hairs, that they place themselves in it as a love letter to each other, that they want to grow old together. Ah, that's so sweet. Yeah, I think that's an awesome meaning. That's what's cool about some of these artist collectibles is they have like kind of hidden meanings that you may not even know about. Season 3 OG in the building. How we doing? How we doing, brother? Says, I hope I hit it on the drop. If not, I'm buying more lightsabers. I think the lightsabers are slept on big time. I know a few people that think they're pretty valuable. I know Comics and Crypto is big on the lightsabers, especially the Skywalker lightsaber. Shout out to my guy, Sean. I think the lightsabers are a big deal because when you think about, I think Disney Magic talked about it a lot too. How many lightsabers are sold at Disney? That's something that is a crazy number right there. Let me see if I can just look it up real quick. Amount of lightsabers sold at Disney each year. I think it's a crazy amount of number, like crazy number. Star Wars lightsabers tops $10 million. What was the headline? Star Wars lightsaber sales top 10 million per year. That's unbelievable. And I think they're like $200 a pop, maybe at least $100. Let me yeah, here we go. Let me share this. Even this is really old. 2014. Can you only imagine what it is now? Oh my gosh. 10 now sells 10 million lightsabers per year. That's insane. And this was so long ago too. This is 2014. And they're under retail right now. Star Wars merchandise helped Disney boost its overall retail sales to $40.9 billion in 2013. Insane. Imagine what it is in 2022 right now. Disney knows how powerful Star Wars is. So, I mean, that's insane right there. I'll pick up the Moonflower in the market. I do like that one. Yeah, I think that's a chance to maybe go into retail right away in the short term. If it doesn't go into retail, maybe just floating just above it. I don't think it's going to do absolutely amazing. I think short term, that's probably going to get hit the hardest. But long term, that probably has the most potential, I think, possibly. Some of the artwork on the pages that we just saw was going for a good amount of money. So, a rule. I really want the Cozy and Dan for my collection, completing all 4 seasons. That's awesome. I think you're going to get rewarded because at the end of the day, this is a collecting app for collectors. VeVe is going to continue to add utility to a lot of these collectibles. So the artist ones we know probably have the most going for it with that in the short term. But they're kind of, like I said before, they're paving the way. They're kind of pioneering the space. These big brands are watching. Coca-Cola, Disney, Marvel, DC, you name it. They're all watching to kind of see how we react to all the utility airdrops from the artist collectibles. The fact that we love it, get excited for it, buy even more because of that. They see that. They recognize that. So your local scalper. Yeah, I'm going for Shut Up and Paint. That's what I'm going for. Season 3 OG, I think the Skywalkers are a good play. I only have 2 Yodas and 1 Skywalker lightsaber. I was going to add more Skywalker lightsabers myself. Because I want a lot of my collectibles to have a lightsaber in my showroom. That's something that people aren't thinking about, I don't think. It's kind of hard place it in order, like right in the person or collectible's hand. But I kind of had it for a couple of mine, like Rizzo. Let me see if I can get a close-up. I thought it looked pretty cool, and I was like, wow, okay, if I put this for this one collectible, people are going to want to put them for so many. Like I did it with C-3PO. He's got a few. It's just some of the Star Wars ones right there. I gave Rizzo the Kylo Ren. So I wanted to get a bunch of them because I wanted a bunch of my characters, superheroes, villains, to have a bunch of them. Just look how iconic this is. Everybody knows this lightsaber. I only have one. I'm definitely going to be getting more. I mean, I knew how big Star Wars was. Let me go. When Disney dropped their first NFTs ever, right? On the VeVe app, November 2021. This is something that we dreamed about. And everybody was so confused because we opened up the secondary market. Let me look at some of these prices. Oh, it's closed. I forgot. You can actually look at the floor prices and what you bought it at still. Just go to the store tab. Also, remind me when there's a minute or two left. I don't have my alarm set today. Can't miss this drop. You can go to the store tab, go to the brands, and then you can kind of search for them that way. And then click on whichever one you want. I'm going down to the Simpsons because that was the first Disney NFT to drop. And then you can click on the ones you own. I still have two of mine. All right, I have a 623 mint. A 3-digit, first ever Disney NFT. Hey, my guy. Shout out to It's Wonderful. All right, so I clicked on the BART. Kind of just want to show you how crazy things can be in the secondary marketplace right away. It's not loading. Man, I love It's Wonderful, man. Shout out to Pineapple Gang. It's not coming up for me. But I paid $200 for it. Long story short. It's not loading. And that was when the floor was $60, guys. I couldn't lock one in. I just believed in it. Went all the way up to 2K. People didn't know what was going on. Star Wars dropped. R2-D2 was like $300. Now, I didn't FOMO in. I just knew how important R2-D2 was going to be. First ever Star Wars. So I bought it right away. $600. It actually dropped down to $300 right after I bought it in like the next couple hours. I was going around trying to finish the other sets. I should have just pounced and bought multiples right there. Because R2-D2 is like 6K. What is it, like 5K? Let me check. Probably not that high anymore. Maybe it's only like 3K. I haven't looked at them in a while. Oh, it's still loading. Okay, it's not working still. Sometimes it just goes to show, if you just believe in something, it doesn't matter what the short-term prices are. Like a lot of these Dcon prices probably will start out pretty low just in the short term. But try to think too, just imagine we get an announcement at like the next AMA, whatever the case is, right? All of a sudden they say, oh, and by the way, all the designer con, all the artist collectibles are now interoperable and you can send them to your Mutable X wallet. And you can trade them on that marketplace. Mutable X, that's going to get integrated with OpenSea. So essentially, all these collectibles are going to be on OpenSea. The artist ones first. And then the big brands are going to be watching that all happen. And once they realize, and they probably organize, structure, it's probably all in the contracts, etc. That licensor fee on the royalties, and they realize they can get how much more, that's just going to open up the audience to how many more people. It's going to be game changing, I think. And it's not just going to be Marvel, Disney, because once Marvel sees that, or say whoever's first, right? Say if DC does it first, because DC is already interoperable with some other collectibles. And let's just say Disney says no at first, because that's kind of like the sentiment that most people kind of think. Big brand like Disney's not going to be interoperable right away, most people think, which rightfully so. I can understand that. But just imagine DC saying, okay, good to go. And then we start sending, or I may do it like for a couple collectibles. I'm going to keep 99% of my collectibles on the VeVe app. That's just me personally. But with some of the artist collectibles, maybe if I have some duplicates, I may go try it out, see if I can sell it for even more Ethereum, Omi, whatever the case is, right? Once we start doing that and DC starts seeing that revenue come in, it's just going to entice Marvel to try to compete with that. Disney's just going to be right behind them, in my opinion. So my opinion, I think the Shut Up and Paint is probably going to be the biggest short-term return. Short-term return. But long-term, Moonflower, all these kinds of things, Cozy and Dan, I think all the Dcon stuff will do well. Most of the artist collectibles are actually more scarce too. Remedy's World. I sold my Captain Marvel Secret Rare to buy an ultra rare Dcon drop. Oh man, I think that Secret Rare is probably slept on right now. I think Captain Marvel's a solid long-term play. But again, you made a ton of profit buying it for $7 on the drop. Amazing job getting that on the drop. Secret Rare. And if it's something that you don't love, there's no sense of holding on to it if you don't love it. Now, if you have unlimited money and you can hold on to everything, then you might want to hold on to it. But now, which drop are you going for? You said buying an ultra rare Dcon drop. Which one's the ultra rare? I know a lot of them are rares. Is the ultra rare the Shut Up and Paint? It is the ultra rare. Okay, awesome. I didn't even realize that. I guess all the other ones are rares. The Moonflower's rare. Cozy and Dan's are rare. Interesting. I didn't realize that. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. It's just going to make it even harder to grab on the drop, I think. Yeah, the Shut Up and Paint. Yep. Now, Remedy's World, I feel like it's never a bad idea to take some profits. Now, not financial advice, of course. I think those comics, some of the comics may not do the best just because they may not hold that value. But some of the more popular comics, they're pretty cheap on the VeVe app right now. And I think they could have some long-term longevity. Just the ones that are super, super valuable in real life, the ones that everybody knows, like Fantastic Four #1, Amazing Spider-Man #1, Marvel Comics #1. Some of those holy grails will always be grails. I mean, that's a big debate in the community. Would you sell some grails for other grails? And it's like grails like that, super well-known, in-demand comic books, there's always going to be demand for that, in my opinion. Now, when you get to some of the comic books that are just based on scarcity, that's an interesting debate. I think there will be a market for that just because some of them are just super, super scarce. But it has to have demand too, Just because it's super scarce doesn't mean that everyone's going to want to buy it. Kind of looking at Donnie, right? Donnie could have a super high floor, and shout out to all the Donnie holders out there because it's a piece of history that's forever going to be legendary, right? I feel like something that's super, super scarce like that, it's just tough to have a lot of trust in it long term because if it's not super popular, where's that demand coming from? I think popularity is going to create scarcity over time. If you take something like Marvel Comics #1, right? What is there, 70,000 editions of that? I'm not positive on the exact number. Just say 60,000 or 40,000, whatever the number is, right? I forget off the top of my head. I think that's going to be really scarce over time because of how popular that is, how much demand there's going to be for that one. So I just think popularity is going to cause a lot of scarcity over time. And I'd rather know that I'm holding something that I feel like millions of people around the world know and understand and love, like a Darth Vader, like a Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, something that's really popular, as opposed to maybe just something that's super scarce that most of the people have no idea what it is. Because everything goes up and down, right? So during a down market, I don't mind holding on to, say, Walt Disney, Mickey Mouse, because in my opinion, yeah, it went down from 40K to 10K or 30K to 10K, whatever it is right now. But in my opinion, that's still one of those legendary collectibles people in general that everybody knows. So I feel good holding on to that. I haven't been on VeVe very long, but I got a common Vader 131. Do low mints really make a difference? They make a huge difference, brother. And shout out to you for finding VeVe, being on VeVe this early, seeing the vision of VeVe this early. I don't see many low mints selling for the price listed. Yeah, so Remedy, I want to say there is a market for it. Now, it's just not going to be as liquid as, say, a floor mint, but especially with a big-time first appearance superhero or villain like Darth Vader, 100% there's a big-time... Oh, we got a 15-minute warning. Let's go. I like the 15-minute warnings. Shout out to the VeVe team for switching it up. 30-minute warnings gets you a little bit relaxed. 15-minute warning puts you kind of on the spot, you know? But yeah, there's definitely a huge market for it, Remedy. So don't sell yourself short and list the 131 at the floor price. That would sell so quickly. But again, it's just not as liquidable. So you may have a low mint sitting there for days, weeks in a down market, depending on what it is. Like I've had a low mint storm listed for a while, and it's just not being bought just because it's a down market. The sentiment's not too great. It's not a huge iconic collectible like Thor. If Hulk was to drop, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, like the more popular it is, the faster that's obviously going to sell. Something like Darth Vader, I guarantee you there is going to be a market for that one. So depending, I would definitely look through the prices. Like if you go to the market, sorted through maybe lowest edition first, you can kind of see where that 131 mint fits in to see the price point of it. That's actually a little bit more valuable too, because it's a, not a repeating number. I always forget the word for this one. But it's one of those numbers where back and forth it's read the same way. So that's definitely going to add some value to it. Having a memory blank right now. I can't think of the word. I have a bunch of mints like that, though. That's definitely going to be a good one. Auctions are a little bit better now, too, just because I like the fact that it's only 24 hours. They used to be 3 days. So I do like the fact that, the auctions are now 24 hours. I think it's a good one to hold, a good one to hold if you can. But really, it just depends, Remedy, on your situation. If you absolutely need the gems, you might want to let it go. But if you let it go, something iconic like Darth Vader, I would buy back the floor personally if that was me. I've done that with a couple collectibles. Let go of like a really low mint if I didn't love it, and then I'll just buy back the floor. That's kind of what I'm doing. Kind of risking it with a big time collectible right now, like in my Todd Batman. I don't ever suggest doing it with collectibles you love or think they're big time, but I'm kind of taking a little risk right now. I have 3 Todd Batmans left, all in the 1,000 mint. So my highest 1,000 mint, I have it for sale around like 4K, because the floor is just under 3K, and my theory is kind of doing like what you just said. Sell it for a little high amount, rebuy back the floor, profit the difference right there. use those gems for something else, or just hold on to the gems. So that's my thinking remedy. Appreciate that big time. Subscribing to the channel. Let's go. Jason, got my account disabled for no reason. 2 years collecting down the drain. Oh man, Jason, I hate to see that happen, my man. But just know that we do own these collectibles, but it is in a closed ecosystem, so they do have the ability to kind of take a look and investigate any accounts. I'll definitely. It says all I did was sell some gems because I needed the cash and transfer it through the market method. Guess that was enough to ban. Yeah, Jason, definitely make a support ticket. Let them know your situation. Let them know what you did. You can also put that support ticket number in the official Discord. I think there's like a help me tab. Now, I always suggest to people never really do any off-app transactions just because, one, you're risking getting yourself, beat or anything like that. There's scams that happen all the time. Plus, especially with the updated rules and regulations, things probably will be a little bit more stricter going forward. I guarantee, I don't guarantee, actually, I don't guarantee, but I would have to say without looking at your exact situation of what happened and knowing all the details, I would imagine they're probably just going to temporarily pause the account until they can investigate, look into it. If you make a support ticket, it should help them clear it a little bit faster. Not clear, but at least like get to your situation. Johnny, would you sell 2 jokers? One is 3-digit. Oh, plus Harley FA, plus Joe Mads for a Darth Vader ultra rare. Oh, Michael Vision, great question here. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get some of those big time collectibles. I remember I had to sell a bunch of my FA Harley Quinns, FA Jokers to get the Walt Disney. I had like 6 FA Jokers, 6 FA Harley Quinns. Loved them. Had to get rid of not all of them, but so many of them for Walt. I think I was only left with like 2 each at that point. Now, I do believe in Darth Vader Ultra Rare big time. It would depend. If for me, Michael Vision, again, this is not financial advice. These are just my opinions. It would depend if I had multiples. Like if I had duplicates, if I was able to get rid of 2 jokers and I still was able to hold a joker, I would think about that. I think Joker FA though and Darth Vader is so close. Ultra Rare Vader's animated though, so maybe a little bit boost, but FA Joker has a lot because it's season 1. If you had, you're giving up a lot. Maybe if you only gave Jokers and Harleys, but the Joe Mads too, you're giving up a lot. A lot of season 1s, and I think season 1s will be iconic the further we head into the future of season. We're on season 4 already. Feels unbelievable. Season 5, 6, 7, season 10 soon. I would say, a lot of people think Darth Vader could dip, maybe back down to 1.5, but there's people that think it could go easily to 5K. I think in a bull market, 5, 10K. But in a down market, who knows how far it could dip, right? With MTL coming out. I have no idea what's going to happen in the short term. Long term, I believe in it big time. Like super big time. Like I bought it right away, just under 1K, and that put a huge hurting on me, but I knew I had to have the first appearance of Darth Vader. Eventually, when we're able to charge admissions for our showrooms, that's going to be a huge proponent, I think. So that was what I was trying to do. Grab the Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, the Thor FA, Darth Vader FA, Joker, Harley Quinn FA, eventually Hulk FA. I want all the Black Panther FA, Walt. Like I want to have a crazy showroom of these iconic characters. Not that everybody just knows them, but that I know them too. My final decision, Michael Vision, would be I would do it if I had another Joker or another Harley Quinn. At least if I had another Joker. And if I had at least one more, if I can hold on to a Joker and a Joe Mad, I would do it. I love Harley Quinn too. I think it's going to be a big one. I hope that kind of answers your question. Ooh, if you already have another Vader Ultra Rare, I would keep the Jokers too. I would stay kind of diversified. It depends though. Collector, investor. With this one, I think it's going to be a tough one because I would just stay the way I am. If I like you said, if you already have, I have one FA Ultra Rare Darth Vader. I'm just leaving the way it is. I'm not even trying to, like, I have 3 Todds, and I don't even really want to sell those Todds for the Vader. It's a tough one, though. I think if the people that do, I think it could definitely work out. It's like a toss-up, you know? Short term, I think the FA Darth Vader is going to do great. Could even outpace Todd in the short term. So I think it'd be a solid decision, a solid gamble for people to do that. But I think for me, like, if you already have the ultra rare Darth Vader, I don't think there's no sense. I don't think it would make sense to kind of go harder on that. That's just my opinion, though, the way I look at it. Like, I would be happy with having the FA Joker, FA Harley, the Joe Mads, because the Joe Mads are first edition. We're never, ever going to see another FE, like, superhero collectible. The only time we're seeing FE is going to be for, like, a car or the artwork stuff. So that's going to be one of those errors that are going to be insane. Imagine if we get Pokemon. They're going to be first appearance characters, right? There's only going to be a handful of first edition characters. I don't know what that's going to mean, but the P-word Pokemon, that's going to do crazy numbers too. Just crazy to think about. Technically, wouldn't it be a first edition, be a first appearance, which first appearances are going to be iconic. But first editions of those superheroes and stuff, that's just not ever going to be seen ever again. So the Harley Quinn, you know, the Steve Pugh, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be unbelievable, I think. So that's just my opinion on it. Shout out to Kurosemi. Good luck, my man. We got 3 minutes, 30 seconds to drop. Hit that like, fam. Appreciate you, Miss Rose. Everyone who likes the chat or likes the video, thumbs up the video, gives it a heart. Might get blessed on the drop today. And it obviously helps out the YouTube channel big time. Yeah, I would say those are more valuable. Anything that really stands out to you, Michael Vision, definitely more valuable than the floor. Like those numbers definitely be big. Any kind of like 3333, 22222. Also the first appearance year. Say if it's like 1964 and that was the first appearance of that character, that's going to be a crazy mint. Sometimes even more valuable than a low mint. You see that big time with comics. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to the drop. Let's go. Late to the stream, early to the drop. Harvier. I think some of them could be, you know, on a discount after the drop. But I think Shut Up and Paint is going to do pretty well in the short term. Maybe a few $100. I think it's definitely going to be above retail. Yeah, so they're great point right here. So Remedy. There's people that before when we had transfers are disabled right now, but we could transfer. So a lot of people were still kind of getting cash, getting crypto for some of these collectibles. They would just transfer the collectible and then ask for crypto. So people were cashing out. You can technically still kind of do that. You can do it roundabout ways. I never really suggest it to anybody because you can get involved in scams, your account disabled, all kinds of stuff. So I think the market is just affecting people from adding more money into the app too. I think a lot of times in times like this, when we see gas prices going crazy, you know, even groceries are going up in price. I think it just prevents people from putting more money into the app. Yeah, those are some big ones right there. Yeah, good luck to you. Appreciate you big time for tuning in and subscribing. We got a minute left. Good luck, fam. Going for the ultra rare. No coffee today, but we got a little Gatorade Gate. It's called Replenish Zero. It's $3 for 2 of them. Pretty good deal. Replenish Gate. Pretty hot one out there on the course today. I will record it because who knows? Maybe I get a 3-digit mint ultra rare today. I'm going to clip that if it happens. 25 seconds. I'm going to back out, go into Shut Up and Paint. All right. Let's go, fam. I have been excited. I would say the Darth Vader drop really got me pumped up. This is gonna be a tough one though, and I love the tough drops. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I know. Oh my gosh, I didn't get it. What? What? That was so good too. Holy cow. No. Wow, I so thought I got that. I was so confident. Holy cow. Let me show you guys. I'm in disbelief right now. I can't believe I didn't get this. All right, let's watch. I thought I had perfect timing. Excuse me. Three, 2, 1, 0. I know. What? How could anyone be faster than that? No way. 53. Holy cow. 53. That's a big one right there. That's a couple ETH. For these paintings, for these, designer con artist collectibles, I would think of prices in ETH, in Ethereum. Because when you start selling them for different crypto and different platforms like Immutable X, you're going to probably be able to sell for OMI, I think, too. OMI is definitely on there. Appreciate you guys, BDK. Geo. I went for the shut up and paint, and I had perfect timing, and I missed it. I can't believe I missed it. I was so confident, too. Wow, we got the Vulture and the Yasuke. Which one is that? That's the Moonflower, I think, right? I'm working for the gray hairs, but sold out, backed out to the bunny fall. Oh my god. Wow. I like that one a lot. And a 53. Holy cow. Is that your lowest mint, Miss Rose? Wow, that's insane. I thought I got it and failed. I got the bird. We got the bird. Which one is that? Oh, the Vulture. That's hilarious. 1096 is a pretty low mint. Moonflower. Oh, solid. I didn't know that was going to be available. So I should have went back and got the Vulture. I think I was just in disbelief. Is any of them still available? They're all sold out. Moonflower sold out. Wow. I took an L today. Holy cow. Yeah, lowest mint. I'm going to go for a shut up and paint rebound. Chances of me getting it with no timer up right now, slim to none. But where there's a will, there's a way. It's going to be a big back out moment here. If I get a 4-minute rebound with no clock up, that's going to be insane. It's got to be any second now, right? It's been the longest 4:03 ever. It's got to be close. Nope, didn't get it. I just tried for one BDK. Got the river painting. Wow, I wonder if bots really attacked that one. I'm not sure of the total additions today portfolio. Oh, man, I really was confident I was going to hit today. Let me show you guys again. How did I miss? What do you guys think? Did you guys have better timing than this? I don't know. I felt like this was money. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. But no. Like what? Come on. I'm sending this one to a couple people. Man, I thought I was perfect today. Let's see how some other people did. I don't know how I didn't get that today. Man. Shout out to everyone who grabbed something today. That was kind of my game plan. You know, I was okay with missing it because I just need some gems. But man, that was my opportunity right there to flip. Moonflower still available for you guys? Really? Vulture sold out for me. Moonflower sold out for me. Cozy and Dan's are all out. I don't know how I didn't get it, right? So crazy. Miss Rose with a 53 mint. How wild. Sheesh. Let's see how the poll go. Well, how the poll went. That was a combination of me saying how the poll goes, how the poll went. All right, so 170 votes total. You got 38 minutes left. 43% want to shut up and paint. 24% Cozy and Dan. 21% Vulture. And the Moonflower last 12%. I really wanted that shut up and paint guy. So I think it's gonna be a few $100 right away. Miss Rose, I think people would pay pretty good money for that 53 mint. Interesting, Rich Buddy. Definitely an interesting concept here. Some of the artist posters are more than Star Wars posters. I could understand that argument there. Just because of how big Star Wars IP is. I could see those posters being like 80, 70 bucks. Maybe even some of them 90 bucks. Wow, Omi Dad crushing it. The way I look at it is any kind of low mint artist collectible is going to be big time, because think about the artist collectibles, right? They're limited to begin with. When we send them out to Immutable X, OpenSea, etc., people are going to list them or sort by rarity and then by mint number. So you're going to see all of the same looking collectibles listed in mint number order. So if I have a bunch of ETH and I'm trying to get a collectible, I'm going to go for the lowest mint number, or those special mint numbers, like the first appearance of a comic, first appearance of a character, etc. Maybe the year that the artist was born. That's a big deal too. The birth years, that's a big one. Excuse me. Yawning. Tired. No coffee. No coffee, Gate. It's got me yawning. BDK, appreciate you big time for tuning in today. I know it's late where you are. Going back to bed. Enjoy the rest of the night, my man. We all common gang at heart. That's a fact. It's a fact, Paz. Sometimes we go on some alien streaks, though, and you know, it turns up for us a little bit. Ooh, 75 mint moonflower. That's big right there. Yeah, Miss Rose went on a no luck streak for a while, and then she was finally hitting the common gang for a little while. Haven't seen December. Hopefully December's probably mid-sleep right now, especially with December's bad luck lately. Hopefully that turns around soon, but I know December probably doesn't want to stay up all night. It's probably like 4 a.m. where December is. $187, add that. Energy got a rebound. 258 Moonflower for Jake Kill. Shout out to my guy Jake Kill, Pioneer. Actually, I think Jake Kill even beat me to it. I think Jake Kill might have the first ever music video with a Todd or a VeVe NFT in it. I remember thinking about, I'm going to make a music video with the NFTs in it. I think it was NFT Flipper was like, I think it was him that said Jake Kill actually already did that. And I was like, oh, no way. He beat me to a couple people beat me to some things that I really wanted to have happen. I forget who it was on Twitter. I think it was the family that did it. It was amazing to see because I know they're big time collectors too. And the person that did this, I'm glad that it went to like a actual Omi believer and a big time VeVe collector, because that makes it all worth it. They changed their license plate, or they bought the license plate that said Omi fam and VeVe fam. I was like, no way. Or VeVe OG. They got the VeVe OG license plate, and I was like, no, they stole it. But I was glad because I know they're big time. They might even have a bigger collection than me. So that was good to see. Yeah, Jay Kill's still in the building. Absolutely, my man. You definitely deserve it. I know you've been here since the very beginning too. I think you joined in March of 2021, right? Same month. Crazy the journey that we've been on, man. And the wild thing to think about, which I know some people don't really want to hear because one, it's repetitive in this space and it's so cliche, but like it hasn't even really began yet. I feel like VeVe kind of blessed all of us with this opportunity to kind of be able to collect the things we love, the things that we may feel that are going to be very valuable in the future at a very, very early and low cost. Because I mean, imagine if they turned up the marketing and we do have Logan Paul shouting us out, making VeVe videos, from Puerto Rico. Imagine if Gary Vee is talking about VeVe nonstop, saying not only just talking about us, but like telling his audience all about the IP that we have, and things could be a lot different. So we all want that marketing to ramp up because we want to see our baby on the big screen. We want to see the world kind of get into everything that we've been trying to talk about and trying to tell the world about for a year. But I'm almost glad at the same time that it hasn't happened. Because as soon as Disney starts putting on like Disney Plus subscription commercials, it's game over. As soon as ESPN starts talking about it, because ESPN's owned by Disney, can you only imagine if we start seeing these NFL collectibles get advertised, get promoted during NFL games this year? They talked about how the end of the year could be crazy. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we could start seeing NFL collectibles from some of these NFL players by the end of the year. Could start seeing the first iterations of the VeVe-verse. Things can get wild, guys, by the end of the year. I know people don't want to say that because it's always been like soon. But you got to imagine, too, some of these time frames, some of the things that they're not in control of, and they're just doing the best that they can to kind of keep us updated, because it's a tough balance, right? They could stay quiet and not alert us about anything until it's ready. But then we're all asking questions. Some people are saying they're not transparent at that point. So they do want to update us. They do want to let us know when they think things are around the corner, when they see timelines happening. But then I feel like the problem is people get so fixated on that exact time. And it's like, if it's not met at that exact time, VeVe's dead and all that stuff, right? So I don't know. It's a tough balance to me. 152 is an awesome mint number. Definitely low mint. I'm bullish big time on those low mint artist collectibles. So CE means con exclusive. It's one of those tags that are on some of them. Some of them may get the first appearance tag. Some of them, if it's not the first appearance, some may get the con exclusive tag. Now that's going to be a big deal, I think, in the future. I mean, right now it's not. It doesn't look at it as a big deal just because I think the con exclusives, since it's all digital, it doesn't mean you have to be there at the event. But I think over time that could be a big deal. Shout out to Punch joining the live stream today. You hit pay dirt. What do you mean by that, Punch? Mom also, she got a moon. I went for it and hit. Shout out to everyone grabbing the moonflower. That one's got a pretty good long-term value. Let me try to dive back into VeVe and 3's video here and find the one part where they were talking about the moonflower. They were showing some of the prices on some of their Yamamoto's other collectibles, and looks pretty valuable. Let's go right here. Look at these that are sold out.
Of 15. A self-trained illustrator, his artistic taste expanded.
Can you guys see this? Yep. Look at this. Sold out. All the ones at the top, all the ones at the bottom here are sold out. 8,500, 5,500. And the argument, the critique would be like, yeah, but that's a one of one. Look how similar some of them look.
As he fell in love with the urban culture of the West Coast.
5K sold out. 3,500 sold out. 3,500 sold out. 3,200 sold out.
Yamamoto captures subtle joys of everyday life.
3K sold out. 3K sold out. 3K sold out. Look how similar these two are, right? So, yeah, they're one of ones, but what makes the VeVe NFTs one of one is that mint number. Like, no one else is going to have that 52 mint that Miss Rose has. Yeah, they're going to have the same looking collectible. And the higher mints will be for those casual fans that can't afford that really super sought after low mint, because those low mints are how you separate yourself. Think about Spider-Man. Think of the common Spider-Man, 30,000 editions or however many, right? The average fan who loves Spider-Man, they're just going to get any mint that they can afford. The big-time hardcore whales or the big-time collectors that want to separate themselves from that Spider-Man, they're going to get that Spider-Man, but that low mint. Bullish on the low mints, especially on the artist ones, because
life, highlighting them.
Interoperability is going to be big time for that.
Through paintings, sculptures, murals, and
sold out 2,700. Sold out, 2,700. Still in, 2,700. You might be able to get to 34. 2,700. Sold out.
Installations.
Last Dave.
Crazy, right? I should have hit a rebound punch. I do give up pretty quickly on the rebounds. I think it's because I haven't had much success with the rebounds. I know it's a real thing. I have gotten some rebounds. I've gotten some big rebounds too. I'll never forget. I'll always shout them out too. Reslone 1. The Disney drop. I got the Bart skateboard all because of a rebound. He was like, rebounds are still a thing. Keep trying. I was trying for the longest time and I ended up getting through. But I don't know, Punch. Sometimes I just don't go for the rebounds. I feel like I should, though. Wow. Shout out to everyone who's grabbing the low mints, man. I feel like a lot of people got blessed with the low mints today. And that's my favorite colorway of the Vulture, too. I would say there's two that I absolutely love. I'm going to go to Instagram here. Maybe not. Let's see. I thought I had a tab up for Instagram. Maybe I got out of it. Go back. Camilla. Here it is. Besides the black and purple one, I really like this one. This would be my second favorite colorway, I think. I hope if that's the airdrop, that's going to be awesome. I think she even has a picture of like a whole bunch of them. Maybe it's pretty far back on her profile now. Her artwork looks awesome, though. We even got skateboard decks. Shout out to Willow Kid. Every time I think of skateboard, I think of Willow. Yep, skate decks. Wow, that is awesome. Maybe that was it of those vultures. How far back is this? 172 weeks ago. Wow, okay. I thought I saw a post. Maybe she got rid of it. Or maybe it's just actually in a bunch of these. That's what it is. It's like a slide of a bunch of them. Yeah, so here's like, this is what I was looking for. So here's a bunch of different colorways. That's one. You see. I don't love them all. That's the one I do love, though. I saw that and I was like, oh, that black and purple. Here's some more. The yellow and black looks pretty cool. Like that one, it just doesn't do anything for me, that one. Same with that one. That one looks pretty good. I probably will dive back and grab a couple of them that I do like. Let's go. Shout out to my guy Punch. He was tuned in the whole time. That's awesome when you put it up on the big screen. Hey, shout out to Paz Manian Flash Paz. Nothing crazy on the mints today for him, but he got a Camille bird. Like everyone's calling it the bird. The vulture. The vulture. That's a nice one. I think a lot of people like the work on that one. Our work. Is the market open yet or not yet? I do think Riley Pie airdrops will happen because there's a bunch of different editions, like you just saw, like a bunch of different colorways. I think you just saw. I don't know if you were tuned in or not, but as you see here, a bunch of different colors. So I think eventually we will see all of these. Now the question is, how many do you need to get before you get the airdrop, right? I hope the people that did collect the first two, the one before and this one, get an airdrop. But again, I wouldn't collect it solely for that reason because you never know. But the one I like the most, if I was collecting them all, I would love to see this one be the airdrop. Man, I love this so much. It's like a fluorescent neon glow in the dark light blue. A little bit of green and black and white. I don't know. It's right up my alley right there. Big fan of that one. Arctic Melt. What a name. $150 for the physical. It is limited to 150 pieces. Wow, so really limited. That's one that I would like to get right there. I think they are a full set punch. The birds, the vultures, like a full set each. Let me know. Anybody who got the vulture, is that a full set? Did you just get added a full set? Because I think it is. Shout out to Bash Lock. I just want to stay on until the marketplace opens up. And it looks like it is open. Let's go. Don't tell me I just opened up at the exact time again. I think I did. Oh my gosh. All right, there's only 2 Moonflowers, 185. We got 1 Cozy and Dan Bunny Falls, 299. Wow, Miss Rose, sell yours for 2,000. The gray hairs, there's only 1 available. We're going for 190. All right, there's some more in here. Shut Up and Paint's going for 350. Shout out to everyone who grabbed one of those. There's only 2 available. I would have sold it for about like 500. Makes sense. The bird, Camilla Rose, the vulture. There's 31 available, going for 100. It's more limited than the first one, so I think 100 is probably a good price. First one's I think at like 110, 120. But again, just be careful buying anything in the market right away, guys, because usually, oh, it looks like they're all delivered almost. Wow, awesome to see this. Even the Shut Up and Paint, that one's all delivered. So I think the prices start out low and kind of work its way up and surprise people. Once we get a bunch, because people still have to list it in the market. So once we get a lot of listings in the market, it'll probably be low. And then the ones that have some demand may go back up a little bit, but it may take some time because the market is pretty low of a sentiment. The Cozy and Dan Bunny's Fall is at 55 right now. The Gray Hairs is at 88. That one's doing a lot better for some reason. Oh, that one's the one that's more limited. Makes sense. Yamamoto Moonflower. I want to keep calling it Moonbird for some reason. Moonflower's at 40. Shut Up and Paint's down to 270. Oh, wow. I was completely wrong then today. So the whole entire thing is one set then, you guys are saying? Interesting. I thought it was going to be kind of separated. You're right. So in order to get this set, wow, okay. This is Series 1 of Dcon. This is going to be a pretty important set, I think, to complete. You know why? Because this is Series 1 of the 2022 Dcon. The whole entire Designer Con rollout is being different this year. So Series 2 is going to drop at the 2002 Dcon. You know, awesome collectibles. Series 3, Series 4, probably Series 5. I have no idea how many series, but this is Series 1. So the ones that can afford it and can hold it for a long time, I think will be rewarded. Wow, that's interesting. That's a whole different take than I thought that would happen with this one. Interesting. I want to sort by the low mints for the Bunnies Fall. Let's see what the 50 something mints going for. Was it 52? I think it was. So we see a 45 going for $7.99, a 55 mint going for $5.60. I think those will eventually be bought. A 91 mint for $2.50. Some pretty cheap low mints. Pretty cheap low mints. But that's all for today's live show. Appreciate you guys big time for tuning in today. We got MBZ. What's up, Johnny Harlow? I like that. Shout out to Jack Harlow if he's tuned in. I'm sure Jack Harlow, Drake, they're all getting involved in NFTs. That's the crazy part is too, right? As more and more celebrities, pro athletes find NFTs, they're going to find VeVe. They're going to stumble into VeVe. Why? Because they're already starting to have that thought process. Imagine if Disney released all their characters as NFTs, like Adam22 said, right? People are starting to have those thoughts, so they're going to be Googling. They're going to be finding VeVe. And that's why I think in the next couple of years, VeVe is about to blossom into the biggest collecting platform in the world. Wow, that's a steal. $30 for the Moonflower. That's like 50% off, I think, right? That's also why I thought the Cozy and Dan was a little bit safer than the Moonflower, just because $50 price point as opposed to the 77. No, MBZ. I almost brought that comment up. I didn't realize what you were talking about until you said the last thing. it's wild. That's definitely his lane. That's definitely not my lane. But appreciate you guys for tuning in today. I will be signing off. But I'll catch you guys another day this week. We don't know what's dropping. Let me just check out the Medium article real quick. Yeah, we haven't had any news about any new drops. So I'm excited. I want to hear some predictions. We got a little lag going on. There we go. I want to hear some predictions from you guys. What do you guys think the next comic's going to be next week? Next collectible drop? We haven't even heard anything. It's going to be interesting to find out. So once this gets uploaded, the next couple minutes, we got energy about to be at 200 sets. Not quite, but he will be there eventually one day. Once this gets uploaded, I want to hear in the comments predictions of the next collectible drop. I may start doing that. If anybody gets a prediction right, I may do a giveaway. I know we can't do giveaways right now, but my transfers will probably come back pretty soon once we can get the transfers back. So maybe I'll start doing giveaways of anybody who gets the prediction right. So we can start that, and I'll just write it down to when the transfers come back. If you guess it right, I'll have a giveaway for you. The first person to get it right. What is the next comic book, and what is the next collectible to drop? Market is open. Yep. It actually opened pretty early today, Miss Rose. I did go over some of the drops. If you're tuning back in, I feel like the Cozy and Dan, the low mint. Oh, okay. We kind of know this is coming. That's cheat and punch. But if you're right, I'll still give you the giveaway. We do know Jurassic Park is coming soon. I think it's the 9th. Let me just double check the AMC tickets. I actually just told my grandma that the movie's coming up soon. Yeah, June 9th, this Thursday. So I definitely expect Jurassic Park to be coming out. That's a great guess right there. Definitely could be Jurassic Park as the next drop. I'm wondering if we see another comic book drop in between Jurassic Park. I need myself a T-Rex for sure. But let me hear the predictions in the comments down below once this gets uploaded. Miss Rose, I'm hoping, are you going to flip that low mint 50 something? Because I think the prices are too low almost right now. Like I see a 45 mint going for 400, a 48 going for 480, 55 mint going for 289. The 289 feels like a steal right there. But I think if you hold on to it for the right amount of time, that 52 minutes is going to be big time. Think of ETH for those prices, but till the next live stream or the next video I put out, I'll see you guys next time. No, I'm keeping a solid move right there. Solid move. Again, if you guys weren't just here the last couple of minutes, put in the comments down below once this video gets uploaded. We got Punch's prediction. Jurassic Park. Definitely could be the case. I'm wondering if we're going to see a collectible before Jurassic Park or another comic book before Jurassic Park. But gear up. We could be seeing some dinosaurs soon. But with that being said, I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn.